A more recent case in the United States regarding a China-born individual is United States versus defendant Linda Swin. Who is Linda Swin and what are the charges she is
The
facing?
foreign agent case against Linda Sun is one of the highest profile given her former senior role in the New York State government. On Monday, the Eastern District Court of New York held a pretrial meeting for Sun. NTD's Flora Hua was there for the latest update.
A landmark foreign agent case may soon go to trial. Linda Sun is a former top aide to two New York governors, including Andrew Cuomo, who's running for New York City mayor right now, and also Governor Kathy Hochul. She's accused of acting as an unregistered foreign agent for China and receiving millions in kickbacks, along with her husband. The U.S. government's recent discovery, totaling tens of thousands of pages, was the focus of Monday's pre-trial meeting. Defense attorneys told the judge the sheer volume leaves them pressed for time just weeks before the trial. Prosecutors said they only recently accessed the key information from a locked iPhone and iPad after the defendants refused to provide passwords. The judge called last-minute materials normal and typical in a major case and said he could grant extra time for the defense, but he won't dismiss the case or penalize the government over it. More on Linda Sun's case. The U.S. government accuses Sun of furthering Beijing's interest while being a state official, including disclosing internal COVID-related meetings to Chinese diplomats and blocking Taiwanese officials' interactions with two New York governors.
Thank you for once again joining us. The case for abatement is captioned, United States versus defendant Linda Swin. How so? Because we have successfully issued and delivered 3 legally binding documents to Linda Swin's defense attorneys, the Supreme Court Appellate Division State of New York, and the Attorney Grievance Committee, alleging the unauthorized practice of law by all of the attorneys in the case, including the lead prosecuting attorney, Alexander A. Solomon, the same prosecutor who prosecuted Mengwan Zhou of Huawei in 2018. The trial for the case United States versus defendant Linda Swin is beginning with jury selection on or about November the 10th of 2025. Jury selection is the process of summoning or legally demanding citizens of the United States to appear at the courthouse. According to reliable sources, jury deliberations in the case United States versus defendant Linda Swin is beginning on or about December the 11th of 2025. On December the 11th of 2025, we began our successful process of issuing and delivering 3 legally binding documents to Linda Swin's defense attorneys, the Supreme Court Appellate Division, State of New York, the Attorney Grievance Committee, and the Attorney Grievance Committee chairperson, alleging the unauthorized practice of law by all of the attorneys involved in the case, including Alexander A. Solomon, the lead prosecuting attorney. The first legally binding document is successfully issued and delivered to the following recipients on December the 11th of 2025. Number 1, the Supreme Court Appellate Division of the State of New York. Number 2, the Attorney Grievance Committee. And number 3, under the Judiciary Law, Section 476, the Attorney General of the State of New York, Letitia A. James, using the email address beginning with AD1 and ending with the domain name at newyorkcourts.gov, directly or indirectly by means of their co-recipients. The fourth email recipient of our legally binding document alleging the unauthorized practice of law by all of the attorneys in the case, United States versus defendant Linda Swin, is the Manhattan District Attorney. His name is Alvin L. Bragg, using the email address beginning with BRAGGA and ending with the domain name at dany.nyc.gov. The fifth may be categorized as a group of email recipients, Linda Swin's defense attorneys, all using the domain name at aellaw.com. On page 27 of our legally binding document, we here are alleging who is engaging in the unauthorized practice of law in the case United States versus defendant Linda Swin, beginning with the lead prosecutor, Alexander A. Solomon. The details of how they are engaging in the unauthorized practice of law is available on a private consultation basis. Here, we have the record evidence beyond a reasonable doubt of the successful delivery of our legally binding documents to the Supreme Court, Appellate Division, State of New York, the Attorney Grievance Committee, and Linda Swen's defense attorneys. We have yet to receive a sufficient response from Linda Swen's defense attorneys, the Supreme Court Appellate Division, State of New York, or the Attorney Grievance Committee, objecting to our allegations of the unauthorized practice of law by all of the attorneys in the case, including lead prosecuting attorney Alexander A. Solomon, in the case United States versus defendant Linda Swen. This means our legally binding documents are taking on the effect of legal estoppel, which means that the allegations within the alleging unauthorized practice of law by all of the attorneys in the case cannot later be challenged. We are removing the court's jurisdiction. The court no longer has the authority to hear and decide the case, United States versus defendant Linda Swen. In the next release of our docuseries, we're going to share with you much more record evidence, beyond a reasonable doubt, of the reading of our legally binding documents by Linda Swen's defense attorneys, and the deletion of our documents by the Supreme Court Appellate Division Attorney Grievance Committee. I'm Mensa Kong, Chinese name Kong Mengxiang. Thank you for listening in. Until next time, peace.